Hello, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today is the 19th of January, so we're, I guess, about halfway through winter, and it's been a kind of a cool one here in Japan. Certainly where I live, it's getting around zero quite a bit, and for you that may not be cold, but for here it is quite cold, and there's snow up in the mountains in my area. So what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to look at a new beer from an old brewery, and the brewery is Hoegaarden, and the beer is called Hoegaarden Apple, or also called Green Apple, Hoegaarden Green Apple. And this is a new one, and I'm not sure if it's only for Japan or not, but in any case, Hoegaarden has been around for a long time. It's actually Hoegaarden is the name of the village in Belgium, and they have records of brewing going back from 1445, and apparently in the 19th century there were up to 13 breweries in the area. Unfortunately, the last one closed in 1957, and I'm sorry, I should mention that they specialize in the wit beer style in that area, and which is a kind of wheat beer which is spiced up with coriander seed and orange peel, dried orange peel from Curaçao in the Caribbean. And so it closed in 1957, the last one, and Pierre Celis revived the style and put out the beer that you may know as Hoegaarden wit beer, probably the most popular wit beer in the world. Certainly here in Japan it is. And so he revived the style, and then he moved to the United States in 1966 to Austin, Texas, and he opened his own brewery there called Celis, which you may know as well. And the brewery that he started in Belgium was eventually sold to Interbrew, and then on to AB InBev, and so and it has a kind of complex history of buyouts and mergers and things like that, and closures. But ultimately, AB InBev decided to continue brewing in Hoegaarden to brew that beer, and it has, of course, become very popular around the world. In Japan, it's quite popular. It used to be considered a woman's beer in a beer bar. The idea is that it's light and fruity and women would like it. But of course, both men and women, all people like it, I think. So, and Belgium was once part of the Netherlands, and the Netherlands, of course, had colonies in the Caribbean, the Dutch Antilles, and Curaçao, the island of Curaçao, is one of them. And from that island, they imported oranges, and it decided to put the dried orange peel into the wit beer. So again, the defining feature of wit beer is wheat and coriander seed and orange peel. So and Hoegaarden in Belgium now makes a variety of different beers. They make their standard wheat, which is a very popular beer, a rosé made with raspberries, citra, Grand Cru, forbidden fruit, which you may have seen, and also one called Spécial. So they do have a variety, but the wit beer is the main one. Okay, so enough about them, and let's get on to this beer, which is called Hoegaarden Apple or Green Apple. And this is considered a flavored or flavored fruit beer. And it's a small can, 330 milliliters, as opposed to the 350 that we traditionally get in Japan. It's 4.5% alcohol by volume. Don't know the IBUs, but I imagine pretty low. It's brewed in Korea. I just checked on the back here. Brewed in Korea and not in Japan by AB InBev. And it great beer, one rating only, 3.0. So just right on the line of acceptable. Untapped 138 ratings. When I checked, there are probably more now. 3.29, a little bit higher. This is released in Japan in October of 2024, and they have little directions on the back how to pour this. So what they said is, of course, cool the can, cool it, and then pour 2/3 in, and then mix the rest in, and mix it, and then pour the rest in. So I'll try to do that, but I don't have a very big glass. You can see the standard wit beer glass, the shape of it here. It's quite kind of a fat sort of half cylinder, and yeah. In any case, we'll give this one a go. I do like the Hoegaarden Wit. I don't buy it very often, but it's very, very decent beer. This one contains barley malt, hops, wheat, and I assume that means unmalted wheat, sugars, and apple juice, coriander seed, orange peel, and stevia. And I believe I'm not sure if it's used as a stabilizer or what, but or maybe a sweetener, which I guess it is, and also more fragrance, coloring, fragrance, and yeah. So let's give this one a go. 4.5% alcohol. So I guess this is a base of regular Hoegaarden with the added ingredients of. Oh boy, I can smell it already. My. Whew. Okay, that certainly is green apple. Very, very much green apple. Maybe a bit too much. Smells a little bit fake. Well, okay, let's take a look at the appearance here. It's got a solid finger of foam. Slightly hazy. Or is it? Let me get the condensation off here. See if we can see through this here. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, some definite carbonation going up there. Okay. All right. Well, certainly the aroma is a blast of apple, that's for sure. It's got a kind of weird edge to it, though. Like apple peels. Anyway, flavor. Wow. This is apple juice. And more apple juice. A little bit sweeter than a green apple would be. Really sweet. Yeah, I guess stevia is one of the last ingredients in there, but they do have sugars earlier too as well. So I assume this has been sweetened up quite a bit. Is this going to become another popular beer? I don't think so. And it is apparently available for a limited time. So I'm not sure if this is available in outside of Japan, but it might be. If you do happen to see it, I think you can give this one a miss. This will not remind you of Hoegaarden wit beer in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, okay, unfortunate. I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, this is way too sweet. Too sweet to be really refreshing. Not quite clean. Sweetness doesn't stick around. It's got an interesting mid-palate kind of burst of carbonation, and it kind of smooths out. There was some lingering sweetness, but again, it's not cloying sweet. So it really tastes like a fruit alcohol drink. Yeah. So I can't recommend this terribly highly. You might like it better than I did, and if you do see it, give it a go. Okay. Again, Hoegaarden Green Apple, 4.5% flavored fruit beer from Hoegaarden. Okay, well that's it for today. I hope you're doing well. Please do take care. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope you will leave me a comment. Tell me your experience with Hoegaarden beers. Okay. Bye-bye.